Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Subnautica in our Locker's Call series. So we have fixed the Aurora, and now we just need 3 days to pass, and we can take off our radiation suit and put on a suit like the reclamation suit, for instance, that helps us reclaim body moisture and actually have water kind of on the go from that, which is quite nice. But we're going to wait for that. In the meantime, we picked up another signal. We have a number of signals still to explore. And we've also got a lot of stuff on us that, frankly, we don't need anymore. So I think what I want to do, pretty soon we're going to need to actually start building a base. And we're going to do that. Trust me, we're going to do it. We need to put some of our stuff up here. We formed another locker. We didn't label it. So this is just going to be miscellaneous 2. I said this last time. I don't remember the last time I had this much stuff. Right, if we put that in the locker, that's all we have room for. So we pretty much need to do another one. I've never had this many. See? No, stop. I don't want to change the label. I want to open the storage. There we go. All right, so there's that. Now we have, unfortunately, we don't have enough room in our inventory at present to put all this stuff. So actually, tell you what, let's pick up some of this until we can put away. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And this one I want to call lab equipment.
Oxygen.
Okay, I guess I'll breathe. I suppose that's fine. So this episode we're going to visit the floating island. What's the hell? PDA, what are you doing? All right, we're going to visit the floating island once we are fully ready to go. We need to make one more locker to put some of this stuff up. A couple of these fire extinguishers are no longer needed. This one, frankly, is just junk. But let's see. Lead. This is our new message from Officer Keene. Just trying to think in terms of like what I can drop just to make room for another locker really quick. We need 16 spaces. Tell you what, I'm just going to drop a whole bunch of stuff on the seafloor. I wish you could still dig in the sand and make a hole. You used to be able to do that in Subnautica. You can't anymore. So it was one of the reasons there was so much pop-in. But there's still chop and pop-in, so it's like, I don't know how much they really fixed the problem by taking out the voxel stuff. But let's go ahead and drop one of the titanium. Let's drop 2 of the lead. Let's drop these power cells, which we can come back and get. Let's drop the fire extinguisher. We're going to come back and get all this stuff. And now, what do we have? We have 10. I need to drop 6 more items. Let's drop the fire extinguishers, and then 4 more. And let's drop 2 of these batteries. Good. Now that's enough for our locker. Man, we're going to have 4 floating lockers. Just goes to show how long we've waited this particular game. All right, good. There's another medkit fabricator, or medkit. Let's go ahead and just use that, get our life back up to full before we go to the island. And let's get a new waterproof locker. Should have enough room for it. There we go. So here's how this is going to work. Just like last time, we're going to head down here, and we're going to put it among the others. This is going to be miscellaneous 3. Not really a particular purpose for this, just holding my stuff. And now we're going to come down here and pick our stuff back up. Thankfully, we put it in a spot where it didn't really roll anywhere, except for this piece of lead. So we're able to get all of it back pretty easily. Sometimes if you put stuff on an incline, it will get away from you pretty fast. You have to be careful. These creature eggs are still... Those are eggs we got from the crashes like 3 or 4 episodes ago. Okay, and now we have this miscellaneous 3. Where'd you go? Miscellaneous 3. Yeah, there you are. You're actually pretty near the surface, aren't you? Let's open the storage. And we're going to put up these power cells because we don't need them just yet. Well, you know what? We could need 1 if we run out of juice for the we're going to put that almost dead battery away. If we run out of juice for the sea moth, we could use that. So I'll keep 1 power cell on me. And then fire extinguishers, we're going to put that one up. We'll keep the full one. No, let's put all of them away. I don't need fire extinguishers right now. Let's drink one of the disinfected waters. Let's put the power efficiency module away. Let's put the poster away. And the beacon I'll keep, because you never know what I might find that I need to mark. And I think, yeah, we're good to go. Let's take a look at blueprints really quickly, though, because I feel like I found, yeah, we got the prawn jumpsuit upgrade. We've got the thermal reactor as well. We have access to gas torpedoes. We have all of the Seamoth upgrade possibilities available to us. We just don't have the ability to build them yet until we have a, we have this thing, but we don't have a moon pool just yet, so we need a moon pool. Now, we are done with the power transmitter. We are still in the process of finding stasis rifle fragments, so we're going to go for that as soon as we can. But now, our job is to go... Hang on, let's get our bearings. Hang on. I want to have an exact sense of bearings. I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going, but I want to get out of the water and know for a fact. Because it used to be, it's kind of a little bit of an exploit, a lot of an exploit. It used to be, so you can see it quite clearly there. You can see the fog around the island, but you could see even more clearly some of the structures that are on the island would draw from a distance. Even though the island itself would not draw, the structures would draw. So you could look in this direction and be like, okay, that's where I need to go. So we're actually pointing in pretty much the right direction. I'm just going to go that way. I just wanted to make sure I didn't... Okay, we're actually heading towards life pod 19 right now, which is interesting. I don't know that we're going to be able to reach that depth. We can dive to 300 meters now, which is nice. But, alright, this is the furthest out we've been yet. We're definitely going to see some new locations. Actually, you know what? With that in mind, I think what I might do is go ahead and mark one of the important locations because there's a resource that we're going to be needing a lot of pretty soon, and we're going to be flying over... Oh, hi. What are you? Silver. Nice. That was worth stopping. There is a resource that we're going to be... Hello. What's this? I thought I saw... Okay, I think we're good. Now I no longer am going... Okay, if I go in this direction, I know I'll find my way. But there is a resource that I could mark here. Okay, am I where I think... Man, it seems darker in this area than it has been in the past. All right, yeah, I'm in the right spot. So hang on, let me go this way a little bit. I know I'm deviating. I will go to the floating island, I promise. I know exactly where I'm going, and this is worth marking so that I can find my way to... Hey, a reefback, so I can find my way to it quickly. Reefbacks are one of my favorite things about this game. They are the whales of Subnautica. Here we go. This is what I wanted. What's that? Nice. Lithium has a new model. I like it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop a beacon right here. We're going to label this the lithium fields. Because you can find lots of lithium in this area, and there's a point where it'll be really beneficial to us to have a bunch of lithium. So we'll get another beacon soon, but for now I just want to go towards Officer Keene again until such time as I'm going to go to the surface here. And we can't see the island just yet, but we'll be able to soon. We're going to go right over this reef back, and then the island is going to emerge in the distance, not only underneath the water, but above the water. So you can kind of see the fog blurring the moon right there. Yeah, that's pretty. That's a little bit too far below us. So we're gonna need to upgrade the depth capacity on this thing before we get any funny ideas about going down there to his last coordinates. But there it is. We found the island. I'm excited to explore this because this is the first time I have been here since they did change. They added fall damage first of all, so I'm gonna have to be more careful. But it's also the first time I've been here since they changed the. Is the sun rising? Not quite. It's just getting brighter for some reason. This is the first time I've been here since they changed the terrain movement mechanics. And this is an area where it could be somewhat frustrating to deal with the movement mechanics not working well. So yeah, that's a little bit below the Seamoth's crush depth. We could get down there mostly and then swim the rest of the way. It's not completely out of reach, but I'd prefer not to. Also, word to the wise, when you are flying up with your Seamoth towards this shore, don't fly too fast because it is possible to beach your Seamoth on this beach and never get it out. That's very, very frustrating. You might be able to use the propulsion cannon to move it. I'm not sure, but I doubt it. It seems like a little bit too big, too weighty of a technology to be moved. But just know that. It's possible to beach your best friend, and you don't want to do that if you can avoid it. So let's now get the flashlight out. I don't think we're going to need the repair tool, so I just want to be able to see where I'm going. And we're going to explore. There's a lot to scan here, too. So I'm going to want to scan things while I'm here. We're also, one of the nice things about coming here, hello. Wasn't expecting to see you so close. Okay, we've got another signal. Wow, you really want a piece of me, don't you? Fine. Jaffa Cup spores, don't know what those do, but hang on, let's scan and find out. Hopefully those guys will leave me alone while I do this. I kind of hope we're close to sunrise because I hate that it's so... Voxel shrub, interesting name. I hate that it's so dark when we're exploring this for the first time because there's so much to see and I also can't quite tell where I need to go. There's not that many of those creatures all over the island, thankfully, so... Yeah, we do have another message that we're going to have to go back and check on. Let's get the flashlight back out. And in a second, we're going to want to veer left. But first, let's go ahead and scan some more stuff. This is just local fauna, really just for the purposes of lore. There's not really a gameplay purpose that I'm aware of yet. But again, I haven't played in a while, so I'm kind of trying to... Grub basket, very nice. I'm trying to scan everything I can. That's a bulbo tree. Already got that. Because you never know what might have a new purpose, you know? When I started this series, if you jumped in later in the series, you haven't watched episode 1, I really made an effort. A Ming plant, nice. I made an effort to say, to make a point, I guess I should say I made a point, not an effort, that the purpose of the series was, yes, to show off the new content in the silent running update. I was gonna say smooth running update, but also I haven't played many of the most recent patches to Subnautica. I really haven't. So, I mean, gosh, there's just so much new content that I haven't explored with at all, that I haven't played with at all, and so I feel like, okay, this is going to be one area where we start to find some interesting stuff. Check that out. There's a lot to be gained from visiting this area, and it's important to do it in a good way. In a smart way. All right, so what do we have here? Stasis rifle fragment. Perfect. I heard a cave crawler, though, so hang on. Might be inside there. So yeah, this is the rest of the stasis rifle. So we now have access to this. We can build it. Of course, as you might be thinking, that does mean that we have a lot of equipment on us, and you only have so much room for additional equipment. Okay. That's another stasis rifle fragment. Bulkhead. Let's go ahead and scan this. This is one of the items we're going to need in our bases. The bulkheads allow you to have doors, and they also reinforce the structure of your base.
New blueprint acquired.
Living wall. Okay, we're scanning the living wall from the outside, but we'll go inside in a second. You'll actually get to see what the living wall looks like. These are, of course, complete instances of these techs. So, all right, exterior grow bed. Definitely going to scan this. And we're going to pick up a marble melon. And we're going to eat it. Oh, wow. A mature flora specimen will grow if planted in the right conditions. Nice. So let's go ahead and drop that. I don't need those, but let's definitely eat that because it gives us water and food. This is some of the plantable stuff that you can find later on. Let's go ahead and scan these too, because I want to have information on them. Plus, I just had some commenters saying, please scan stuff. So I'll scan stuff where I can. Let's see. Spotlight. Nice. So this is some of our first base-related tech. Now, this is where I'm going to have to be careful because there are... Oh, cool. Multi-purpose room. So do I have to scan just one of them? So scanning the multi-purpose room is going to give us access to a lot of... What's that? What's on the floor there? Okay, so now I have access to build multi-purpose rooms. What are you? Purple artifact. What are you? This... Oh my god, what's this? What are you? Ancient alien artifact glows purple. I'm guessing it has something to do with some of the new stuff that's been added. Oh, that's really cool. All right, so hang on, let's take a look. All right, so this is... I guess I'll go ahead and read this. Bart, I said, no, your life is worth more than your vegetable patch. I forbid you go out there in this storm. I stopped needing your permission when the ship you were captaining sunk. You will stop needing my permission the day I'm not your father. Say chief. Chief. Or say chief. Chief. What? Do you know how to drain those grow beds out there of 40 tons of stormwater, or how to conjure food from the air? Don't try to be clever. No one likes a clever mercenary. I'm just saying, what's your boy's life worth to you today if next week you're going to be so hungry you start wondering what he tastes like? Let him go deal with the plants. Son, go deal with the plants. CPU, Bart Torgal is no longer aboard the Habitat. Interfere with my family again, and when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. You understand me? No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. And no staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, and sooner or later, this place will be buried. Only choice we've got is whether we get buried with it. Stay away from my boy. I'm telling you, Subnautica's got a very interesting story behind it. Can I use the propulsion cannon to move this stuff, or do I have to go around? Can I... there's no crouching yet in Subnautica. So yeah, I'll have to go in the other way. There is another way. It's not the only way in. I can come up here. Oh man, daylight. Wonderful. Now we can actually see a little bit more of what's going on. Let's get the scanner back out. Don't want to miss anything useful. What was that? Oh, it's a cave crawler. Oh, nice. So now I have access to cave crawler data. Where are you? Oh, you're right over there. Interesting that I could scan you from that distance. Didn't know it was scannable from quite that far away. All right, so his last broadcast location is like straight beneath us. Nice. Ultra glide fins, very nice. We don't have access yet to make those because we don't have the item that's needed. We don't have the particular construction equipment that's needed yet. Can't just make those with the whatchamacallit, with the fabricator. All right, so now I have access to more story data. Let's look at this. Captain's log, 5 weeks since our ship, the Degassi, was shot down. I give thanks that fate saw fit to spare my son Bart and I from death, but my personal entourage were not so destined. The only other survivor was Marguerite Maida, a cut-price mercenary with local expertise who I reluctantly commissioned for the journey. We spent days in the life pods, rain beating on the roof, nothing but ocean on the horizon. Just as we were losing hope, the weather cleared and we saw this island, this floating oasis. We were saved. We salvaged the Degassi wreck down to its bare bones and built this habitat from the scrap. I set Bart to studying the alien plant life and arranging us a stable source of food. Put that expensive digi-training to good use. People can question digi-training and foreign technology all they like. Bart's biochem imprint already paid for itself. As I dictate this, I'm eating hydroponically grown potato salad garnished with seeds that taste like spicy orange peel. Our only problem is Maida. I've caught her muttering that the island's too small to support us indefinitely, that the weather's going to turn on us. I say she's grown superstitious. Every judgment she makes assumes things go from bad to worse, that the only forward is a fight. She ought to take in some context. As a species, we've spent millennia learning how to shackle nature to our will. This planet won't cause us any new problems. Our one task now is to stay alive as comfortably as possible until rescue arrives. In this part of space, that could be months or even years. I'm actually inclined to think, as I read this, that Maida is right. Obviously, she was right because these people didn't survive. You can tell they didn't. But, I mean, where his argument just fails completely, this actually kind of makes me mad. Like, where he says, as a species, we've spent millennia learning how to shackle nature to our will. Yeah, on Earth, dude. That's how evolution works. It's based on one specific environment. Okay, let's go ahead and get this battery. No, let's get the battery. Thank you. All right, so yeah, oh, hi. Hi there. I've never seen that before. I've never seen him just hanging out. Okay, now we have some other stuff to do. We're not done with this island yet. That was a lot of cool lore, and I know it might seem like, holy crap, what more could there be? This is a lot happening in one episode, but we've got to go up there. And up there. So I'm going to try to get to both spots. I can't jump down anymore, though, so getting down is a little bit riskier of a proposition than it used to be. Or not really riskier, just a little bit more difficult. Okay, I can't go too far this way because I feel like I'll lose the path. This isn't the right way. If I go farther up here, again, farther is a measure of distance, further is a definition of degree when you're speaking those two words. So anyway, sorry, I like to state that distinction wherever I can because that's something that so many of us would appreciate clarification on, I know. So let's go up this direction. And again, I just getting down from these islands used to be as simple as just jumping down. Literally, from these mountains, rather. Used to be as simple as just literally flying down from the top after taking a leap of faith. But now you can't. There's fall damage. So you have to be mindful of that. And I am going to be mindful, because I've already suffered a little bit of fall damage to remind me. Pink cap, let's go ahead and scan these. Oh, this is so much fun. I love this game. I remember playing Into the Locker, my initial Subnautica series, and once I was several episodes deep, it was just this overwhelming feeling of this is amazing, I never want to stop. It's good stuff. All right, speckled rattler. So we can pick that up. What do we get? Alien flora sample. So yeah, we'll go ahead and keep that, and we'll scan another one when we get the chance. Because I don't think we've actually scanned them yet. These are not food related, they're just decorative. So there's the aurora in the distance. Kind of swallowed up by the fog, in fact. Okay, we've arrived here at... All right, that's a stasis rifle fragment. I've already got the stasis rifle, thankfully, so now it's just a matter of coming in here and see what else we can find. Is there an interior grow bed? Yep. Composite plant pot. go ahead and get that. Chinese potato.
Blueprint acquired.
We can go ahead and eat some of these. And we're going to need to take some of these seeds back with us as well. I'm just waiting until we're ready to go before I grab any of those. Let's see, what do we have here? Observatory? Yep. I love having these things underwater. Scan's taking a while. I wouldn't have minded having this as a personal office.
Blueprint acquired.
Check that out. Really cool. All right, so we've already scanned... Oh, hey, PDA. All right, so we've already scanned the chair... Or have we? Yeah, we have. We've already scanned chairs and desks, so we can make those when we need to. But let's go ahead. Let's look into the story again. Let's see what the new log was about. Okay, this is actually before the storm log that we read first. So this is the Degassi voice log from the three of them talking. It won't work, Chief. There's nothing left of the Degassi. No building materials on this island, and my nose tells me the weather's turning. We're gonna have to get our feet wet. This island is safe. There are no predators. Yes, there are. We can grow food. Why would we abandon it? Your kid says we can't grow enough. Not without more grow beds. Speak up, kid. It's true. The natural growth rates are too slow to support three of us indefinitely. Eventually, especially if the weather gets worse. All I'm saying is, Ocean's got us surrounded. No use hiding. I've made my decision. You two want to forfeit your commissions just to take a swim. Believe me, I'm thinking on it. Wow, this captain is not a wise... I gotta say, he's not a wise commander. He's not listening to his crew, both of whom are making good arguments. All right, is there anything else that I'm missing here? I have come here in the past on YouTube and left things and missed things, so I prefer not to again. I mean, I could grab some of these plants, but again, I want to wait until I'm on my way out before I grab some seeds, because I want to be able to plant some stuff. Well, actually, I don't have a base yet, so I don't have a place to plant them as of now. All right, we'll figure it out. Let's see. This is the way down, right? Yeah, it is. All right, let's put this away. I can definitely tell that they have worked on the movement system. I like it a lot. Let's step down here really quickly and see if this can be a bit of a shortcut. Yes, it can. Perfect. All right, that's a little bit easier. You can't go up this way. Or yeah, you can, actually. Holy crap. Well, this would have been easier. Let me see if you can do it all the way, because this looks like a bit of a drop point. Yeah, maybe you can't climb up this part. Oh, now I'm curious. I gotta know. And I know you guys are curious, too. Oh, man. You gotta be kidding me. You could have just gone straight up. Okay, so when you are climbing this area here... Wow. All right, so that's an artifact of the new... And they might change it by release. But when you're climbing this area here, since they've changed the movement controls, and you can now get around a lot more easily... God, it's ridiculous. You just come up here, and rather than continuing to go straight where you see this kind of level out, just go straight up this incline when you can see that stuff at the top from this angle. Wow. All right. Now we're going to go across to the other observatory location. I'll go ahead and get some speed going. I'm curious if they're ever going to add a stamina bar to Subnautica for this sprinting. I hope they don't. I guess the long dark player in me kind of wants some variety. I don't mind the fact that there's not a stamina system at present. But, maybe it'll add some level of depth. But sometimes when you're just exploring like this and you're in sandbox mode and you're not, it's not too, doesn't seem too important. All right, so I think the only thing that I can get here is the interior grow bed. But it also looks like there is disinfected water and a PDA. Okay, so this is Bart's log. So this is the sun. I messed up badly this time. It's been 2 days since what happened. We never should have left this island. I should have listened to them. We shouldn't have gone too deep. We're not wanted down there. They don't trust us. I knew it, and I didn't say. I could see it, and they couldn't, and now they're stuck down there, and I'm up here alone. I deserve this. Wow, things got bad. Reinforced dive suit fragment. Okay, this is an old school. This is what I was talking about. This is what the equipment used to look like. I know it happened a couple of episodes back, but just so you can see, before everything had its own model, and they're still obviously giving it models, the reinforced dive suit. That sounds like a new dive suit. Hold on. I'm curious now. Hold that thought. Reinforced dive suit. Reinforced with aramid fibers to reduce incoming physical and thermal damage. Shock absorption. High temperatures. You're not invulnerable, but you can... Well, that's cool. So that's a new suit. All right, here's the interior grow bed. And lantern fruit. Oh, my best friend ever. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I don't know if we can put a small grow bed in the life pod, but we're going to try, because I don't have a base yet, and we might have to come back here for lantern fruit later. Let's go ahead and scan the lantern tree. I don't want to take all of this fruit, though. All right, and before I do this, we're actually at the 25-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here, and the next one, I'm going to grab one of these. We're going to hightail it back a kilometer to the life pod. And then once we've done that, also, hang on, let me change this really quick while I'm looking at it. Ping manager, you need to be green. There we go. And the lithium fuels need to be green too. All right, perfect. Yeah, so we are going to head back that direction, and we are going to see if we can plant one of these trees inside the life pod. If we can't, then we need to get cracking on our initial base. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, I don't... My voice did something funny there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.